Hello, I'm Paul. I've been a volunteer for 8 months at Childline. I love it. I want to tell you a little bit about my experience and how I got started. I originally applied for Childline because I wanted something to do in the evenings. I was looking for something. I thought Childline might be an option, so I asked someone if there already were any deaf volunteers. They said nope, they hadn't had any deaf volunteers. So I wanted to make sure it was going to be accessible for me, and I asked other people if there were interpreters or level 6 signers who could come and support me. Once we got this sorted, it was perfect to come in. 2 interpreters were ready. I'd asked other people to make sure that they had deaf awareness training before I arrived. Everything was fine and we were ready to get started. Everybody had a great attitude. Training was for 10 weeks. 3 hours, 1 evening a week. There were other hearing people there. It was great, we all worked well together and enjoyed being part of the group. The training was quite difficult. We talked about confidentiality, difficult calls, and why the supervisors are important. We went into lots of depth and covered so many different topics. I learned a lot. At first, I was a bit nervous, but as we went through the process, I started to get more comfortable with it. And the training became quite fun. I was part of the team. We would have a laugh, but at the same time, there was a lot of serious issues being discussed. When the training was nearly finished, I think 2 weeks before, we had a mentoring session. We went in for an observation. So when we went in, we would see what it was like in the room. We could have, when the chats were happening or emails were happening, so we could ask questions from the mentor to find out what was happening. And they were really happy to share their experiences. When I started myself for the first time, I was so nervous. I didn't know what to expect from the calls. You never know what they're going to be like. The supervisor was great support for me. But between the supervisor and the mentor, I was well supported. At the end of that call, the child thanked me. And I felt great for that. There should be more deaf people involved. I would really recommend being a volunteer at Childline. It's been a fantastic experience. Everybody's been great. I think it's really worth it.